Good day, everyone. Today we're going to be doing Chapter 4, which is entitled The World as Percept. I'm going to start off with paragraph 1. Through thinking, concepts and ideas arise. What a concept is cannot be expressed in words. Words can do no more than draw our attention to the fact that we have concepts. When someone sees a tree, his thinking reacts to his observation. An ideal element is added to the object, and he considers the object and the ideal counterpart as belonging together. When the object disappears from his field of observation, only the ideal counterpart of it remains. This latter is the concept of the object. The more our range of experiences is widened, and the greater becomes the sum of our concepts. But concepts certainly do not stand isolated from one another. They combine to form a systematically ordered whole. The concept organism, for instance, links up with those of orderly development and growth. Other concepts which are based on single objects merge together into a unity. All concepts I may form of lions merge into the collective concept lion. In this way, all the separate concepts combine to form a closed conceptual system in which each has its special place. Ideas do not differ qualitatively from concepts. They are but fuller, more saturated, more comprehensive concepts. I must attach special importance to the necessity of bearing in mind here that I make thinking my starting point, and not concepts and ideas which are first gained by means of thinking. For these latter already presuppose thinking. My remarks regarding the self-supporting and self-determined nature of thinking cannot, therefore, be simply transferred to concepts. I make special mention of this because it is here that I differ from Hegel, who regards the concept as something primary and original. And what the summary we have for that is concepts and ideas, and this is in brackets, which are more comprehensive concepts, arise from thinking. As our range of experience is widened, related concepts combine to form a systematically ordered whole. So the main point here he's stating is that ideas and concepts help us to make sense of the world, and those we get to by thinking. And he wants us to realize that ideas are a little different from concepts, in that there's more to them, they're more richer and whatnot. That's a main point in that. And the more that we gain an experience and observation, the more we'll have concepts, and we can see that in our lives, because as we grow older, most of us, we have these various concepts of the world when we're, say 14, and then as we mature in life, our concepts and ideas about the world change. So when I'm, say, 30, my concept of the world is a little more sophisticated and whatnot, and because my experiences in life help me to create various concepts and whatnot. And what did he say here also? Yep, our concepts do not stand isolated from one another, and they combine to form a systematically whole. So, I mean, in life we have, little pieces here and there that we gather, and they all kind of form a big picture, and that's what thinking does. Thinking makes the connections between these concepts so that we form more concepts, and we have better ideas of things. So that's the point in that paragraph. I'm going to move on to paragraph 2. Concepts cannot be gained through observation. This follows from the simple fact that the growing human being only slowly and gradually forms the concepts corresponding to the objects which surround him. Concepts are added to observation. And we summarize that as concepts are added to observation. And it's just like I said before, the growing human, as he states here, the growing human being only slowly and gradually forms the concepts corresponding to the objects which surround him. So it takes time for us to develop new ideas and to formulate concepts, and that's just sort of the nature of thinking, is that, you know, the thinking will lead to concepts, and that takes a certain amount of time. The next paragraph is really short. It's actually is a paragraph that is leading into a quote, and I don't know why the editors or who decided to do that as a paragraph. It's kind of silly to just make that as a paragraph, but we summarized it anyways. I'm just going to quickly read it. A philosopher widely read at the present day, Herbert Spencer, describes the mental process which we carry out with respect to observation as follows. So we summarize that as, in Herbert Spencer's portrayal of spiritual processes performed in response to observations, we use generalized relationships from previous experience to explain current observations. And I'm just going to actually read the quote. This is the quote Steiner's quoting of Herbert Spencer. If, when walking through the fields someday in September, you hear a rustle a few yards in advance, and on observing the ditch side where it occurs, see the herbage agitated, you will probably turn towards the spot to learn by what this sound and motion are produced. As you approach, there flutters into the ditch a partridge, on seeing which your curiosity is satisfied. You have what you call an explanation of the appearances. The explanation mark amounts to this, that whereas throughout life you have had countless experiences of disturbance among small stationary bodies, accompanying the movement of other bodies among them, and have generalized the relation between such disturbances and such movements, you consider this particular disturbance explained on finding it to present an instance of the like relation. This is Steiner speaking now. A closer analysis shows matters to stand very differently from the way described above. When I hear a noise, I first look for the concept which fits this observation. It is this concept which first leads me beyond the mere noise. If one thinks no further, one simply hears the noise and is content to leave it at that. But my reflecting makes it clear to me to regard the noise as an effect. Therefore, not until I have connected the concept of effect with the perception of the noise do I feel the need to go beyond the solitary observation and look for the cause. The concept of effect calls up that of cause, and my next step is to look for cause, which I find in the shape of the partridge. But these concepts, cause and effect, I can never gain through mere observation. However many instances the observation may cover, observation evokes thinking, and it is thinking that first shows me how to link one separate experience to another. And the summary for that is, observation alone will not reveal true concepts, cause and effect. This can only be done when observation evokes thinking, showing one how to link isolated experiences. I'm actually running out of time, so I'm actually going to describe paragraph 4 in the next session. So I'll see you guys all later.